Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Here we go. From stem to stern, this yacht, the Envision, is absolutely amazing. We're gonna head out to sea and hopefully catch some fish. We're here at Swank Farms. You are gonna absolutely love it here. The Palm Beaches are known for their lush beaches and extravagant lifestyle. This gorgeous stretch of land along the east coast of Florida is home to some of the wealthiest zip codes on the planet. And we're gonna be bringing you the very best in luxury, lifestyle, extravagance, and adventure. So get ready, it's time to discover, dream, and explore. Look how gorgeous this is. I mean, only in the Palm Beaches. Let's go work out.
Let's do it.
Incredible. This is just gorgeous. Cheers to that.
Cheers, absolutely.
This is Passport to the Palm Beaches. Welcome to the very first edition of Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey, and we are going to dream, discover, and explore. You won't want to miss a minute. This very first episode, it's all about paradise on the ocean. This first segment, we are going to dream with a family-owned business, Michael Rybovich and Sons, who are celebrating their 100th anniversary in business. We're going to discover the luxurious world of yacht chartering with a few friends of mine. And lastly, we are going to explore the open ocean when I go bill fishing for the very first time. You won't want to miss a second of this edition of Passport to the Palm Beaches.
I'm Michael Rybovich, and you're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches.
In the luxury world of sport fishing, you need more than skill and a little good luck. You need a Rybovich. And we're here with Michael Rybovich. You've been building the most incredible sport fishing vessels. It's your 100-year anniversary.
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
We're awful proud of that.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the history of the company.
Well, obviously 100 years ago, we started. My grandfather started at 40th Street in West Palm Beach. He started off as a commercial fisherman, fixing his own boats. And then the local fishermen recognized his skill at fixing up his own boats and decided they might want to take their boats to him and let him do the repairs on them. So that's how he kind of backed into the boat repair business through his commercial fishing operation. And then along came his sons, and true to the European model, he put his sons to work for free in the yard. And they all developed a very high interest in the family business, went off to war, and when they came back, they got the opportunity to build the first custom sport fishing boat, built purely for sport fishing for C.F. Johnson in 1947. And from then, as they say, the rest is history.
So 100 years is a really big deal. I mean, how does that feel, knowing that you guys have been able to carry on this tremendous family tradition now for an entire century? That has to be a little overwhelming.
It is. It is an overwhelming source of pride.
So how many boats have you built over the last century? That's exciting to think about.
It is. Since 1947, if you count all the boats that were built in the various forms of our company, which is another story for another day. We just launched hull 131. So in 72 years, having only achieved 131 boats might not sound like a lot, but you have to understand each one of these things is total custom, and that means from the blank sheet of paper right on up to bolting the outriggers on and going fishing. And so it is a labor-intensive, time-consuming process. But we just launched hull 131, and for our new company here in Palm Beach Gardens, it is hull number 5.
Fantastic. Now, how long does it usually take? What's the average time from concept to completion?
These days, because of the size of the boat and the complexity of the systems, we're averaging 24 to 27 months on the build process.
But you know, this company clearly has completely changed sport fishing. I mean, in the very beginning, you were on the forefront of creating these boats that were specifically engineered for sport fishing, which is really difficult for people who aren't into sport fishing. and going after those blue marlin and sailfish, they don't understand it's a fight and you need really special equipment. So was it really inspired by the fishermen, or do you think your family really had a hand in realizing that was the upcoming trend?
I think you hit the nail on the head. It was inspired by fishermen, and we were lucky enough to have customers who were all about sport fishing, and in the early days, big game fishing. And my Uncle Johnny was also one of them when it came to sport fishing, and that contributed to his development of all the special accessories that you take for granted now when you step aboard not only our boats but our competitors' boats.
So what are you looking forward to the future?
Well,
where is Rybovich and Sons headed over the next 5 to 10 years?
If I could control what I saw in the crystal ball, I would hope that my 3 sons who now work for me will carry the name forward and be known as innovators instead of followers. And I think the next frontier for us will probably, and as an industry, as a whole, is development of new power sources. I think when you look around in our culture, I think you're going to see a lot more experimentation with electric power plants, and I'm excited about that for them, and I'm hoping that that's the new frontier.
Any signs do you want to retire in the near future? You seem so passionate about what you do.
Retirement scares me. I plan to take more time off, and my wonderful wife is going to make sure of that. But I want to keep my hands in it. I'm one of these people that has to keep busy and has to have a challenge out in front of them. I'm afraid that when we don't have that anymore, we begin to have our systems fail on us.
So any sport fisherman out there who wants the ultimate in a sport fishing vessel, this is who you want to call. Michael Rybovich, thank you so much for having us out. Passport to the Palm Beaches. Still to come on this episode of Passport to the Palm Beaches, I go bill fishing for the very first time with my world champion brother. But first up, we are going to explore yacht chartering and discover the Palm Beaches by water. Stay tuned for more Passport to the Palm Beaches. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. When you think of the Palm Beaches, you think about gorgeous views, stunning beaches, some of the wealthiest zip codes on the planet. And you know what? I've got a big secret I'm going to divulge right here, right now. You know what it is? If you want to see the very best of the Palm Beaches in the most fantastic way, charter a yacht. Well, first of all, we have Wendy, Dada, Jay, Barbara, Isaac, and Gayla, and they're all coming out on the yacht for us today. And if you ask me, the very best way to see the Palm Beaches is by yacht, which we're doing right now. You can't beat it. And the really good news is you don't have to own your own boat. You can actually just charter one. I'm so glad you could make it.
Yes, you can put that thing.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Jacqueline Journey here for Passport to the Palm Beaches, and this is one of those days that I absolutely love my job. I mean, look at these views. It's gorgeous. We're out here on a charter yacht with Deirdre Blake, and Deirdre, you have a fantastic charter company. What a job. I mean, tell me what that's like. Are you just yachting all day, every day?
No, it's a job. I mean, people actually think I'm out on yachts all day, but I'm not. I'm working. I actually am a charter broker, so I broker the boats. I match clients with a yacht, depending on what they want to do for the day, where they want to go, what type of experience they want to have.
So how does someone go about chartering a yacht? If they've never done it before, what's the first thing they need to do?
It's funny because you can Google yachts all day long and you'll see contact your favorite charter broker. But a lot of people say, well, I don't have a favorite charter broker. How do I find a charter broker? People contact me through all different forms of social media, word of mouth, past client referrals. a little bit of everything. But you know, it is important for someone to do a little bit of research, to start a dialogue with someone that can help them, you know, assess their needs and what they want to do and what type of experience they want to have.
So if someone wants to charter a yacht in the Palm Beaches, what are some of the great spots? Like, where does everyone want to visit? Where do they want to go? What are some of the things they can do?
What's amazing, and I mean, a reason why I started my company and sort of was seen as a little bit of a disruptor, because initially in the charter market, you can only charter a yacht for 7 days or more. And, you know, but not everyone has that amount of time. Not everyone can afford to charter a yacht for 7 days or more. So I started a company basically focusing on a day charter or even a half day charter, starting at 4 hours, and a full day is 8 hours. And so, you know, again, it's all customizable. That's the best thing about yacht charters. You basically create your own vacation. You customize your vacation, where you want to go, who you want to bring with you, what type of food you want to eat, hire a private chef. Some of the bigger yachts actually have their own chef. If you want to, you know, eat on land, what have you. Around here in the Palm Beaches, it's great. I mean, you can go up to Peanut Island, which we're coming to right up here, anchor for the day, swim, play with the water toys. You can do a cocktail cruise where you just literally have some cocktails, cruise along the intercoastal, see the sights, go visit your friends on the water, maybe somewhere, or cruise up to a restaurant in Jupiter. There's different waterfront restaurants. You can go south, go to some restaurants down there. If you're brave and the oceans are great, you can go out in the ocean for the day. So
that's fantastic. I mean, you've really made it much more affordable for someone to charter a yacht and not have to do it for an entire week.
Exactly.
So what kind of money are we talking, Deirdre?
Well,
if I want to charter a yacht.
If I like to say this to people, guess what maybe a boat like this would be for a day. Take a guess. Because it's more...
For a full day or a half day?
Either, but it is more affordable than people think.
All right, I would guess for a half day, $4,000. For a full day, $7,500.
Got you beat.
Okay.
$2,500 for 4 hours plus expenses. So that's tax, gratuity, food, alcohol, dockage if you choose to stop somewhere on the charter. And 8 hours, the longer you charter, it's a little bit more valuable. So we can do 8 hours for $4,000.
Excellent.
Plus the expenses.
And can people then charter for a few days at a time? So
Absolutely.
Go down to the Bahamas?
Absolutely. So Bimini is a 3-day minimum because the time it takes to get there and clearing in. And Nassau is really a 5-day minimum, 5 to 7. Because there's so much to see down there too, and the Exumas and cruise around down there. So that's a lot of fun.
I'm sure that you have this, since you've been doing luxury yacht charters for a while. You've got to have a crazy story in there somewhere about someone with outrageous demands or...
You know, it's funny. I tend to find that the people that you think might have outrageous demands, the A-list celebrities, you know, these type of people, they actually don't. The ones that I've experienced, I mean, they're very, you know, mellow, low key. They just want to have a good time, and that's the thing. You know, they want to get away and have fun, and they don't want to have paparazzi in their face or what have you. You know, so we've had some local people on some boats here, and I charter up in New York in the Hamptons in the summer. You know, we've made accommodations where we pick someone else up or someone up at a marina that's not a huge popular marina, something that's a little more, you know, out of the way, understated, you know, so they can have that sort of private experience.
So in other words, she's not talking. So if you're a famous celebrity or you don't want someone to know what you're doing on your yacht charter, call Deirdre.
There you go.
She's good at keeping secrets. But you do have some beautiful boats. In fact, I saw Serena Williams on one of your yachts recently. She chartered this gorgeous 1950s yacht, which is all original. I've actually ridden on this, and it's fantastic. I mean, on the tables in the lounge area, it's even magazines from the 1950s, original clock from the 1950s. It's just beautiful. And then, of course, we have this yacht. Tell us a little bit about the boat we're on.
This is 52-foot Sea Ray, and 2006, refit in 2016. I mean, as you can see, she's gorgeous. Nothing is missed on this boat. The AV and sound equipment have all been upgraded. And I mean, you won't have a bad time on this boat.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, absolutely.
We're here cruising on the gorgeous yacht charter Synergy, a 52-foot Sea Ray, with our fantastic captain, Kevin Young. Thank you so much for having us.
You're very welcome.
This boat is gorgeous. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's a 2006 Sea Ray 52. We purchased it in 2016, and it went through a very comprehensive refit. The interior items were done, the boat was painted. It was basically reconditioned as new. Basically what we're doing today is just people getting out, experiencing, looking at the beautiful homes, fantastic restaurants, bars up and down the Intercoastal Waterway. This is pretty much our predominant cookie cutter charter, if you will. And it's just a great, fantastic experience. The Palm Beach County has so much to offer, from Jupiter to Boca. It's just very unique water and just fantastic restaurants and bars. Basically 90% of our charters are day charters. Half day, full day, that's really predominantly what we do.
Now, if I want to throw a big party on this yacht, how many people can I bring that can actually sleep here? What are the sleeping accommodations?
Well, you can bring 12 of your closest friends, but as far as sleeping accommodations, we can sleep 6 comfortably.
For a good time, call me! No, Kayla! Oh my gosh. LuxuryDayCharters.com. Now that we've had our leisurely cruise at sunset on the water, it's time to get out into the ocean and try a little bill fishing. Stay tuned for more Passport to the Palm Beaches. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. You're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm Jacqueline Journey. We have a fantastic segment for you today. I'm so excited because we are going bill fishing. This is arguably one of the most exclusive, most exciting of all the offshore game fishing sports. And I knew this was going to be really tough because, you know, sailfish, billfish, blue marlin, they are all big fighters. So we needed to call in a ringer. I have the world champion, previous world champion, and in fact the youngest world champion bill fisher ever, Mark Wadlinger. Usually very tough to get, but in this case I had an in. He's my brother Mark, so proud. So stay tuned, we're gonna head out to sea and hopefully catch some fish.
So we're kite fishing. So basically what the kites do is they do 2 things. Is they separate the baits. So how it works is we put one kite that flies to the left and one kite that flies to the right. And on each kite you hang 3 baits. And the baits are hanging from what's called a release clip, which releases under a certain amount of pressure. We set it for like a couple pounds. So as soon as there's a couple pounds of pressure, which is a little bit more than the bait weighs, just so when a big fish eats it, that way it'll pop out. So you've got 3 baits on each side and they're hanging from the kite. One is maybe 100 yards away from the other one. And the idea is that the baits are naturally trying to dive, because all these bait fish are hiding from birds, because that's one of their natural predators. So they always want to go down. So they're struggling and splashing and making noise and waves, and the bigger fish pick up that vibration. It's a fear. That's like a, you know, it's almost like a scent in hunting. It also allows you to fish a wider spread. So one of your baits might be on the ledge in 100 feet of water, and the other one might be off the ledge in 120 feet of water. So if there's a fish swimming this direction, you know, we've got basically like a wall. You know, we're gonna attract something because there's a bait every, you know, 25 feet or so. We got a double on. Okay, right now we've got 1 fish off the bow, 1 fish off the stern. And we're getting close to the leader on the fish on the bow.
Whoa, there he goes. There he goes, you see him? Go, 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 go. Nice.
Well, there's about a mile of line out, and hopefully when that fish gets caught, we can turn and run this line down.
So we have an official catch. We touched the leader. We're just trying to put a tag in it. We'll see. Might be able to get it, Fisher. And we've got a release. All right, good release.
Good job.
With the tag.
Right. Woo! Nice job, guys.
Nice job. Congratulations.
I mean, one of the reasons this sport is so popular is because it's so incredibly hard to catch the fish. This is truly a team sport. First made popular really by Ernest Hemingway because he wrote about what a challenge it was to catch these amazing billfish.
And that's fishing in the Palm Beaches.
Wow, that was a rush. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Thanks for joining us for the first ever edition of Passport to the Palm Beaches. Now, I'm going to be ending every episode with a quote from my motivational book, The Divas in the Details, the celebrity and CEO inspired guide to confidence, courage, and style. And for our first episode, I chose one of my favorite actresses, Cameron Diaz, who says, "Your regrets are not what you did do, but what you didn't do. So I take every opportunity." And we're going to take every opportunity to entertain you. We've got such a fantastic season on the way. We'll be looking at the Fountain of Youth. We'll be getting red carpet ready. And up next week, it's all about living the good life and giving back. We've got an 8-figure mega mansion. We're going to be visiting one of my favorite charities, the Cancer Alliance of Help and Hope in the Palm Beaches. And we're also going to discover one of the world's only environmentally friendly mega yachts. We'll see you next time for another fantastic edition of Passport to the Palm Beaches.